Very warm welcome to you all in oral presentation part of Virtual Mapicon 2020. Here is my case report of a rare disease, a rare entity that is a cause of epilepsy in children and young adults, that is Wandernap disease, also known as megalencephalic leukoencephalopathy with cysts, subcortical cysts. It's an outbreak cause of epilepsy, that is a rare cause of epilepsy. I, Dr. Himanshu Kaushal, final year resident of Memory Medicine in Guru Gobind Singh Medical College, going to present Wandernap disease case report and outbreak cause of epilepsy in young adults and children. Coming to the introduction part, megalencephalic leukoencephalopathy with subcortical cyst or Wandernap leukoencephalopathy. It's a rare disorder of macrocephaly and neurological deficit characterized by autosomal recessive pattern of inheritance. It is relatively a new entity of neurodegenerative disorders, which is characterized by infantile onset macrocephaly, cerebral leukoencephalopathy, and mild neurological symptoms. Also, there is an extremely slow course of functional deterioration in these patients. Magnetic resonance imaging, that is MRI, and the clinical presentation, they are the determining distinctive findings, and they help in distinguishing it from other degenerative disorders of similar presentation. Here is the case report. A 22-year-old male presented in the emergency room with history of abnormal body movement for 4 hours with minimal regain of consciousness in between. Patient was in status epilepticus, with generalized tonic-clonic seizures, following which patient was brought to emergency. Patient was born of a non-consanguineous marriage in a Muslim community from Punjab, and patient had uneventful birth history. Patient had normal milestones as per age, but the only positive history was in childhood was the progressive increasing size of head till the age of 3 years. Patient had onset of symptoms 5 years back when the patient presented with generalized tonic-clonic seizures and behavioral changes. Patient was started on anti-epileptic agents and was controlled on the same. However, the drug he was taking was unknown. Patient had seizure-free interval of 4 years, following which anti-epileptics were tapered off and stopped. Patient again had seizures after 1 year, for which patient now brought to emergency. Patient was started on anti-epileptic agents again. Patient was started on tablet injectable phenytoin, was loaded with phenytoin, then was shifted to tablet eptoin, and he recovered. Patient had behavioral abnormalities in the form of irritability, agitation, screaming, illusions, and hallucinations. On investigating the patient, all the laboratory parameters that the blood investigations were within the normal limit. EEG was suggestive of bilateral frontotemporoparietal spike wave pattern. However, MRI was suggestive of diffuse white matter T2 flare hyperintensities involving subcortical and deep white matter region uh, in both cerebral hemisphere with suggestion of swollen gyri. CSF isointense cystic structures were noted in bilateral anterior temporal and bilateral frontal regions which press on flare, and no post-contrast enhancement was seen in these areas. White matter demyelinating changes were seen, and the diagnosis of suggestive of MLC, that is megalencephalic leukoencephalopathy with subcortical cyst or Wandernap disease, was made. CNS examination of this patient revealed DCS of E4V2M6. Coming to the higher mental function, patient was although conscious, however, higher mental functions could not be fully assessed due to low IQ of the patient. There were no signs of meningeal irritation. Cranial nerve examination were altogether normal. Motor examination revealed increased tone in all the limbs. Plantar were bilaterally flexor. Sensory examination could not be assessed fully as the patient was not compliant to the commands. Ophthalmological examination was normal, and rest of the systemic examination was also normal. The only positive finding was head size. Head circumference of the patient was 56 centimeter. These are the MRI findings in this patient. The figure 1 suggests the T1 weighted MRI transverse section that is showing hypointense cystic areas in the bilateral anterior temporal lobes. Figure 2, it is suggestive of MRI transverse section showing hypointense cystic areas in bilateral parietal lobes. Figure 3, This is the coronal section, sagittal section MRI T2 weighted image showing white matter with cortical hyperintensities, giving a diffuse swollen appearance. These are suggestive of demyelinating changes. Coming to the discussion part, Van-der-Knapp leukoencephalopathy with subcortical cyst is a syndrome diagnosed by clinical and MRI findings. A distinctive feature of the disease is quite slow progressive course, that is functional impairment, although there is severe involvement of white matter. The frequency of kinship of the patient, parents of the patient, and detection of more than one child in the same family as affected by the disease suggests an autosomal recessive mode of inheritance. Macrocephaly is often present at birth and develops during the first years of life, and head circumference can be as great as 4 to 6 standard deviation above the mean. Differential diagnosis of this disease are Canavan's disease, Alexander disease, in infantile onset gangliosidosis DM1 and DM2. All these conditions listed have relentlessly progressive infantile onset leukoencephalopathy, which is frequently fatal within first decade of life. However, MLC, that is megalencephalic leukoencephalopathy with subcortical cysts, has remarkably slow course of deterioration in neurological function, and MLC must be included in differential diagnosis of macrocephaly with early onset leukoencephalopathy. So this is a case of rare cause of epilepsy in children and young adults, that is Van der Knapp disease. Thank you.